The man glanced at the strange pattern on the computer. These two Harvard students actually discovered the century-old problem that had plagued the Western world for 2,000 years. They discovered that God can be seen by humans, and they wanted to let everyone see God. So John decided to conduct an experiment. First, John used specific software to randomly generate various patterns. Then, he used a brainwave scanner to observe the different responses of the brain to each image's stimuli. If there's no response, switch to the next one. If there is a response, continue generating infinitely. These specific patterns would continue to increase the brain's stimulation. But after a week, John's mental state began to show abnormalities. He always felt like someone was following him. Sometimes, he wouldn't even dare to go outside during the day. At first, Jimmy didn't care about this. He thought it was just due to John's high stress, and their experiment was also running into problems at this point. Every time they were about to break through the brain's limit, there was always an unknown force preventing them from continuing the experiment. Unexpectedly, just as they were about to make a major breakthrough, John suddenly disappeared. Until one afternoon, Jimmy suddenly received an unfamiliar phone call. It was John calling to inform Jimmy of how to break the limit. Jimmy hurried to the lab. He didn't expect to discover something terrifying as soon as he entered. It turned out that fear was the key to breaking through this barrier. After the experiment ended, Jimmy sat in the chair, unresponsive. At first, John thought the experiment was successful. However, after greeting John, he grabbed his clothes and angrily left the lab. However, it didn't take long for Jimmy to gradually feel something was wrong. The sky in front of him blinked, and in an instant, it became the dome of a church. And at that moment, his brain successfully broke through the creator's design barrier. It allowed him to see the world beyond the three-dimensional space.